If you have sex with a girl, and from that point forward, you're never the one to initiate the first text, you're never the one to initiate hanging out, you're never the one chasing her in any way whatsoever. You don't text her, you don't ask her to hang out, you wait for her to do all the texting to you first, you wait for her to suggest hanging out, and you basically keep her at arm's length, she'll probably fall in love with you.
The Unapologetic Man Podcast.
You should be an asshole to women. You need to treat them like crap. You need to be completely selfish, be narcissistic. Do not chase them in any way whatsoever. Be a complete dick and you'll get the girl. I mean, it works, right? You guys have seen it. You get these complete assholes who look like absolute scum living in their mom's basement, pulling these absolute baddies. And these guys are just jackasses, man. They look like they should be at the wrong end of a freak show experience. They look like they don't have their lives together in any way whatsoever. They don't treat the woman well. They completely use her. They even cheat on her. And for some reason, these chicks stick around. Have you guys ever had it where you kind of didn't like a girl? Maybe she was a 7. She was kind of like a moped, fun to ride, but you didn't want to be seen with her. So you kept her at arm's length and then she fell in love with you. Have you noticed that the worse you treat these chicks, the more they seem to get into you? Ultimately, the reason they get girls is because they don't give a fuck. They show her that they are completely outcome dependent. They don't care what happens. She doesn't really matter that much to them. And through their own narcissism, through their own selfishness, they inadvertently communicate that they will drop her at a moment's hesitation. They have other options because a guy who is willing to drop a girl and willing to be selfish, willing to be an asshole, obviously has other options because most guys are thirsty as fuck and they don't chase the girl. They are a challenge, which make up the fundamental backbone of how to attract women. You want to be a challenge. You don't want to be easy. You want to always behave as if you're dating 4 other girls. And ultimately, she can't get enough of you. This is what the jerk displays quintessentially in his actions. Everybody wants a challenge. When's the last time you had a girl who threw herself at you, worshipped you, and you completely fell for her? It usually doesn't happen that way. Usually the way it happens is you meet a really hot girl who you're super attracted to. The sex is amazing, but you just can't quite have her, can you? She's a little bit out of your grasp. She kind of pushes you away a little bit, and you fantasize about her. You think about her. You find yourself wanting to hang out with her more and more. That's because it's human nature to want what we can't have, to chase what is essentially unattainable. Well, women, especially attractive ones, experience this so rarely that when you have a guy that comes along who truly doesn't give a fuck, is willing to drop her, she chases that dude. Here's a tip, boys, and I don't necessarily recommend this. I'm going to tell you what I do recommend, but this will work for you, and I'm sure it's worked for many of you. If you have sex with a girl, and from that point forward, you're never the one to initiate the first text, you're never the one to initiate hanging out, you're never the one chasing her in any way whatsoever. You don't text her, you don't ask her to hang out, you wait for her to do all the texting to you first, you wait for her to suggest hanging out, and you basically keep her at arm's length, she'll probably fall in love with you. And this is a reality that perhaps we can admit isn't the most ideal, right? It's kind of fucked up. But don't hate the messenger, hate the game. It's not my fault this shit works, and you guys have seen it work many times. Where you're kind of dating a chick who's a moped, fun to ride, but you don't want to be seen with her. She gets super sprung on you, and you're kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to hang out with that girl. And then she falls in love with you. You, as well as me, have literally had girls fall in love with you who, and in my case, I broke up with them. And this girl like shows up at my door or calls me and says, hey, I'm in love with you. And I'm like, didn't we break up last week? And I said I didn't want to hang out with you anymore. Like, are you delusional? Are you crazy? Or you're kind of seeing a girl, you let her know, hey, I'm not really looking for a relationship. And you say what I always teach you boys to say, relationships that start fast end fast. So I want to take it slow. If that's a deal breaker for you, cool, we can part ways. When you have that mentality, the mentality of a quote unquote jerk, girls get super fucking attracted to that. You're a challenge. You have options. You're not needy. Who's the scum-ridden motherfucker at the bar who looks like he just stepped out of a gangster rap magazine and he's with the Smoke Show 10, kind of ignoring her, making her pay for the drinks? I've literally seen this. Who's that guy? He doesn't give a shit what happens because he has options. Even if he's completely delusional, well, at least he's telegraphing options. Now that begs the question, well, what about a healthy girl? Does she ever fall into the trap of a jerk, a guy who doesn't give a shit? You guys know the answer to that. Of course they do. And you've seen it so many times. You get this beautiful homecoming queen in high school who's dating the most scum-ridden, asshole, selfish, narcissistic motherfucker you've ever seen. And you're like, why, dude? I would treat her so much better. And then you write a poem and leave a fucking flower on her car. And she looks at you like you just sprayed her face with shit mist. And you're like, why do nice guys always finish last? Because women are attracted to dudes who don't need them. And that's the point. If you have sex with a girl and you never text her again, she's probably going to chase you. She's probably going to fall in love. So we can leverage the techniques of the jerk, being slightly out of her grasp, being a challenge, not being needy, loving our own life and putting it as a priority, chasing our dreams as she chases us. She'll fall in love, but at the same time, you can still treat her well. Listen to any and all my podcasts about trust and connection, how to make a woman feel heard. We're going to do all that stuff. We're going to be good fucking dudes, but we're not going to blow smoke up her ass, put her on a pedestal, and do what essentially chases women away. So do jerks get girls? Hell yeah, they do. And you guys have all seen it. But why do they get girls? Because what I just told you, they have the vibe of, I want you, but I don't need you. Kick rocks with your head down if you don't like it. My life is number one. You can come be my sidekick, and girls get addicted to that. Throw onto that the magical experience that reminds her of how she felt. And listen to those words, how she felt when she was a child. Taking her under your wing like she's your little sidekick and showing her an amazing time, giving her those high emotional peaks, and then at the same time kind of pushing her away before she's had enough of you. That's the magic formula, boys. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. To watch the full podcast episode, click here. And before you go, if you're feeling extra generous, please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me in the algorithm. I'd sincerely appreciate it. Unapologetic Army.